Targeting the wrong keywords is truly the difference between SEO success and failure. In fact, this is one of the main reasons why my first food blog failed. But fast forward to today, I actually know how to vet and qualify keywords, and I've ranked dozens of keywords on the top of Google. So today, in this video, I'm going to show you how to vet and qualify a keyword before you start writing, so you don't waste any time and money creating content that you're not going to be able to rank for or not going to meet some business objective. And don't forget to watch all the way till the end, where I go over the biggest mistake that people make when it comes to targeting their keywords. All right, let's jump into it. All right, so in last week's video, we created a keyword database using only free tools. Go watch that if you haven't watched it yet. But anyways, let's just jump right in. So what you're gonna do is pick a keyword and then Google it. Oh my gosh, the amount of people that skip this step, it just blows my mind. It is the most important step. Google it and then analyze the results. So what I'm seeing is 3 sponsored posts. To be honest, for this type of keyword, that's not terrible. I immediately see a photographer's website, another photographer's website, The Knot, and Instagram. This is a really good sign because these are actual photographer websites that are ranking, and that's what we want to see. Believe me, we'll get to examples where you won't always see what you think you're going to see. So we'll get there in a second. When I see this, I'm like, okay, great. Now I want to create a really hyper-specific piece of content that's better than these two. I have a separate video on how to create that type of content. I'll link it below as well, but that is a good sign. And then I see The Knot. So I immediately think, okay, how do I get listed in The Knot? Because we want to take up as much real estate as possible in the SERPs. And then when I see Instagram, this is always a good sign because a high quality authoritative website is generally going to rank higher than Instagram. So this is an opportunity for us to come in and shine. Discussions and forums, and then more websites, some Reddit. Okay, this is a very good sign. But let me show you some things that are not good signs that you want to look out for. Bringing it back to my food blogging days, Halloween pretzels. This would be a terrible keyword to target because first of all, we have this big sponsored block at the top, which, okay, I can live with that. But then as you scroll down, you're still seeing all of these products. If I'm wanting to make Halloween chocolate pretzels, I have to scroll all the way down here to get to it. That's way too far. Even if this keyword has 1,000 searches a month, 2,000 searches a month, whatever, the amount of people that are going to search it out of that 1,000 and actually come all the way down here and click is going to be so little. Now, I still will recommend targeting keywords that do have a low search volume because it will just depend, like if it's a commercial keyword. So for example, if something like this has a lot of less search volume, then I can live with that because it's driving leads to my business versus something like this, which is just informational. It's just going to kind of bring awareness to my blog. So anyways, if I did want to target a keyword like this, what I would have to do is modify the intent. And I would do that by adding the word recipes because now it's very clear that I want to make Halloween pretzels, not buy them. And when I do this, my entire search results change and I'm immediately presented with recipes. No sponsored content, nothing. And this is a much better keyword. Now, I would suspect this is also much more competitive than just Halloween pretzels for this very reason. Another example I want to look at is how to crochet. When I Google this, I am immediately hit with videos, which signals to me that I need to be creating video content for this keyword if I want to rank. Now, I am seeing a blog right here. That's great. And now I'm seeing forums, more YouTube, more discussions. So again, another YouTube block. So you need to analyze the search results and see to make sure you can satisfy the intent, whether it's video, whether it's commercial products, whether it's a blog post, whether it's, a photographer wedding landing page. You always need to analyze the search results. And let's just do one more example. Let's just look at the best running shoes. Now, again, sponsored block. Okay, I can live with it. It's fine. But then I come down and see the 14 best running shoes. This is a listicle where they list 1, 2, 3 all the way to 14. Then we've got Reddit, how to pick the best running shoes. This is actually an example of a search intent mismatch. I'm looking for a list of the best running shoes. I want somebody to tell me what they are and I'll review them, not how do I pick. They can get away with this because they're such a highly authoritative website. They probably have a ton of backlinks and that'll make it easy for them to rank. For the small guys like us, not a good strategy that I would recommend. You always want to match the search intent perfectly. So as we scroll down, we are seeing some more of the best running shoes, etc. So just things to keep in mind as you're qualifying your keywords. All right, so after analyzing the search results, the next thing that we want to do is analyze our competitors. So let's bring it back to the wedding photographer DC keyword. I am going to open the top 3 ranking URLs. In this case, I'm going to skip by The Knot because it's a little different and I just want to look strictly at the websites. So what I'm going to do now is I'll repeat this process 3 times for the top 3 competitors. I'm going to take the competitor URL and then come over to Ahrefs free website authority checker tool. Just Google it. It'll come right up. Plop in the keyword and click check authority. So website authority is a metric used by people in the SEO industry to predict how easy it will be for a website to rank in Google. And so if this number is very high, it's going to be very hard to compete with them. A domain rating of 20 is definitely on the lower side, but it's not nothing. You can't come in with a brand new website with no authority and compete with this. So you'll be needing to build links. I think my site's like 37. It's a score of 0 to 100. Forbes would be like 95 or something, be very, very high. So the other thing then that you can look at is who is linking to her site, because these are going to then be the backlinks that you need to get for your site, because the best backlinks you can get are the ones that your competitors have that you're ranking against. So these would be part of our strategy if we do want to compete for this. So I would take these and then plop them over in a separate tab in my list. And in case I got ahead of myself, a backlink is simply when another website links to your website, and it is a signal of trust and authority in the eyes of Google. And in the world of AI, where the internet is cluttered with AI garbage content, backlinks remain so crucial, and getting high quality backlinks remain so crucial. So if you want to see more videos on backlinks, let me know and I will create a video. But this is a very important step in the process when you go to qualify it, because if you can't compete with these numbers, it is going to be so hard for your website to rank. All right, so the next step that I have for you is to look at the data. Now, this can be a little hard using only free tools, but I will show you 2 tips that can help you a little bit through this process. So let's go back to Wedding Photographer DC. The first thing I'm going to do is check Ahrefs' free keyword generator tool, plop in my keyword, and click Find Keywords. This is going to tell me the keyword difficulty and the search volume. And you have to take this data with a grain of salt, because these keyword tools don't have every single keyword and they don't know every single search volume piece of search data, but it does kind of guide or help inform us at a high level. Just food for thought there. The other tool you can kind of use through this is Google Trends. So come over to Google Trends, type in your keyword. Now, for most kind of longer tail keywords, you're not going to get a lot of good data. It's much better to search with 2 or 3 two words rather than 3. But let's just say, let me play around with this a bit and see if I can get anything better. So not too much. Instead of the past day, change it to the past year, so it's still not, it's not showing me much, to be honest. Like 20 searches a day. I know there's people are searching more than 20 times for this service, just when you look at the industry as a whole. But it is an important tool to know about, get familiar with, cross your T's and dot your I's when you're doing this. I will say there are always going to be some keywords when I'm building out a small local business SEO campaign that I'm going to target. And it's going to be location plus service for every location plus service that they offer. So for example, elopement photography DC, engagement photographer DC, maternity photographer DC. Those would all be individual pages that I would be creating regardless of what this data says, because I think it is just so important. And this leads us perfectly into step 4 of this process, and that's determining your goal of the content. So if my goal for Wedding Photographer DC is to get leads, which we can tell by the search results, then I should be okay that the search volume is low. My goal with this piece of content isn't to reach, 10,000 views per month. It is going to be to convert users. And so it's okay, in my opinion, if every keyword you target doesn't have a high search volume, because for me, I use SEO to run my business, not hit vanity metrics. And I would much rather have low search traffic to my website, but highly relevant people that want to buy from me. And so take your time to figure out the goal of the piece of content. Sometimes you might just be creating a value bomb piece of content that you can share with your audience and promote on your newsletter and promote on social media and grow your brand. For example, I have my website planning guide resource that I love. I promote it all the time, but I cannot get it onto page 1. It fluctuates on page 2. And so sometimes there's value in just doing content marketing, not specifically SEO and ranking at the top of Google. The other type of content that you might want to create is content that drives backlinks, so very linkable content. This could be statistics, data studies, case studies. These all tend to be very linkable, and I have a ton of resources on my blog if you want to go check it out on my blog. So that is it for my process to stop targeting the wrong keywords and actually qualify your keywords the right way, so you stop wasting time and money trying to rank high on Google with no luck. Now, once you do this, the next thing you want to do is create an SEO content brief. So you're going to want to watch this video right here. The last tip I want to leave you with is a mistake that a lot of beginners make, and that is to be as hyper specific as possible. I know it's hard, but trust me, it will do wonders for your blog and your business. What I mean by this, so let's go back to the wedding photographer example. We'll build out a service page for every service. wedding photographer DC, engagement photographer DC, elopement photographer DC, maternity photographer DC, and then start our blog focused only on one of those services. So build out all of the content that you need to for specifically wedding photography. Then move on to engagement, then move on, etc. And then what you want to do is build out these silos, and each content within that silo should link to your sales page. All right, well, I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions, leave them below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.